We are live. Good evening, viewers. It is yet another evening when we go live on Sugapepper. This is the Wonder Woman edition. I'm your host, Onana Afulo. Today, I am going to do some sort of a monologue, but I would encourage anybody viewing this show to post on the comment section what they would like to see more from our platform. This is an engagement episode where we get to get the views of our viewers. If there's anything that we lack, please feel free to put them on the comment section so that we also address your needs. I am hoping that you are maintaining the regulations, the World Health Organization regulations for COVID prevention. I hope you're sanitizing. I hope you're social distancing. I'm hoping that you're washing your hands, because statistics are going up. They are so very high. ICU beds in Nairobi are full to capacity. People are queuing for ICU beds. So be on the lookout, be on the watch, be very careful, do not be reckless, do not be negligent. There was a meme that was being shared as at yesterday by Citizen TV about why there is a high number of COVID cases, and it's because people are assuming. There's a lot of assumptions either from your friends or colleagues or your family members. You do not perceive that they might be carriers of this virus. So be very careful, be on the lookout. Okay, today we were supposed to have Joy Sharma come in. Unfortunately, she fell ill and could not come to the show, and I wouldn't just allow this time to go by. So I am also here to actually just give an in-depth look into what this show is all about. I know we started this show last year, and most people wonder what Wonder Woman is all about. So today I'm just here to also make a call out to women leaders, women professionals, women experts. If you're a woman and you have human interest stories, please reach out to me on 0728 219 259. Again, 0728 219 259 to appear on the show. If you have an interesting story, would like to hear what you went through, how you got out of that thing, what you do for the community. So please come. Now, Wonder Woman is my baby. I appeared on Sugapepper. Sugapepper actually started out on Fridays as a gossip show, as an entertainment platform. Remember last year we were in lockdown. We were also being regulated by curfew, and people had a lot of idle time. So my colleagues, that is MC Kildi, DJ5, Franco Yosa, our director, and Daf, who is our photography and videography specialist expert, they came together and started this show where they would just come and speak about each and everything they would think of. And then I appeared on the show because they perceived me to be somebody that was doing something in the society. So I appeared on the show, and I remember my interviewer just came in and we were just speaking and talking. And I have a friend, Mary Shaila Ocheng, known as MD. She came to me. We were part of a women WhatsApp group called Great Women. This was still my baby as at December of 2020. It was a year and 7 months old, and it was a women group. It was an only women's group where we do mentoring of each other, where we speak about whatever thing that we are going through, whether in marriage, in career, social, family, whatever thing that was just bothering you, you would just come with it to the group and then would share. And it's also good that when you have a particular problem, you have an emergency, you have something pressing in your life, it's always good to have people who are not part of that problem speak to you from different dimensions, different perspectives, because each and everyone is dynamic. So different people have different perceptions to your your emergency or your need at that particular time. So in this group, we would have quite high octane arguments and discussion. So fast forward to the time I appeared twice on the show before I started this Wonder Woman show. And MD just came and told me, Onana, do you know you can actually actualize the empowerment that you do in this WhatsApp group to this platform? And that's when I got this idea of having a digital platform, a digital empowerment program specifically for women, because I am so passionate and I'm so keen on illuminating what women do. Being March, Women's Month, I am for women. I love women. I love what women do. I love empowering women. I love lifting women up. And it's not the fake women kind of thing that people do. To be honest, I don't have female friends. I had female friends, and because of issues, relationship issues that are just basic, and it's not like I'm being subjective or petty or immature about something, but I had friends that weren't there for me, and to me, you're either my friend or you're not. You're in or out. So because of that, I am always quite protective of people that I bring into my circle. So I know I have acquaintances, I have friends, but I would not say that I have friends that I can depend on, but I'm always there for people, and I don't get that kind back, but I still ask God to actually get me a friend that would complement, would be complimenting on my character, my attitudes, what I'm so passionate about. So MB comes and tells me, Onana, you had the most views on this show. You can actualize this thing into, some sort of a series for women. So that is how Wonder Woman came up, and we put it on Wednesday. So I fronted this idea to my colleagues, and they're like, perfect, this is so good. At least we would have an engaging platform that would also be such an inspiring thing to the community. So apart from discussing whatever thing that you were discussing on Friday, current issues, gossip, sports, and entertainment, we now wanted to specifically just concentrate on women, because, women are... women go through a lot, women are abused, women are not celebrated enough. So we decided to put this day, this platform for women. So each and everyone that comes to this show, by each and everyone, I'm referring to females that appear to the show. We've had the in charge for women prison. She came here, spoke about crime and rehabilitation. We had a microfinance expert that came here and spoke to us about banking and investment. We had the chief magistrate, when we had this sexual and gender-based violence series, come to speak on the show. And this show illuminates things that women go through. Right now, there is a high menace of sexual and gender-based cases in the community, and most people don't know what to do. And it's so sad that even a professional, a woman that is learned, a woman that is a professional in a workplace, can still go through sexual harassment in the workplace, and they have no form of venting, of also like the protocols that they know. And I'm talking about courage. Most women don't have the courage that others might possess. Others don't have the muscle to follow up on sexual harassment kind of cases. And I'm speaking this from experiences, because still in this women group that I have, there are people that spoke of experiences that they underwent and nothing was done for them. So what happens to this platform is that whenever I hear of an issue, I follow up on that issue. I would remind viewers that I am a student of law. So they refer to student of laws as learned friend, that we know a little bit of something in everything. If it is in the banking sector, if it is in the hotel industry, if it is in hospitality, if it is in medicine, if it is in juakali, whatever kind, hairdressing, any plumbing and stuff, we have a little bit of knowledge in each and every sector. So we came up with that sexual and gender-based series with the in charge women prison, Madam SP Justina Mangombe, and it was such a perfect series. And we've had a lot of encouragement from our viewers that they keep on following the show, and also most of them had no idea of the protocols that are supposed to be followed as when you are handling a sexual violence case. So I was preparing for a series about matrimonial property vis-a-vis getting a loan on matrimonial property, because remember I still had a guest here who came to the show and talked about a story, and she had built her own home, and right now she is not an owner of that home. She is back to a rental because her matrimonial home was put as collateral for a loan that her ex-husband had taken out. So you see, these are the kind of things that this platform seeks to address, because during the show and even after the show, I told her that matrimonial property is null and void. You all people that work in the banking sector, in the microfinance sector, know that you are not supposed to take out a loan on a matrimonial property. So I was preparing for this show to have somebody from the banking industry come to speak on that, and also have an advocate who specializes in property law to come and still speak about that, and finish it off with a legislator, because there is a bill in Parliament about the same. So as I prepare for that, as I was preparing for that series, we were supposed to have 2 or 3 guests come in, and unfortunately the one who was supposed to come in today, as I've told you, did not appear because she fell ill, as by information that I was given. And still I want to address this to each and every guest that has ever booked a show time on this platform and did not appear. Courtesy is a virtue. Time is precious to each and everyone. Each and every one of us is given 24 hours a day. So your 24 hours are very special to you, they're very precious to you, but it does not mean that you should inconvenience me or even not care and you know, be reckless about my 24 hours. Because when I plan for my 24 hours, I also consider that as I plan for my 24 hours, somebody else has planned for 24 hours, and we need to complement each other in that. So my innermost sentiments are that, please, whichever guest that I'm going to engage for you to come to the show, know that this show is not a popularity platform. This show is not a joke. This show is to actually, it's a pivot to balance the community, because there's a lot of imbalance to women, and we just want to know, I don't want to say equality, but to just balance the boat. I like using the word balance boat. Just balance the boat for men and women together, because in as much as we are advocating for women's rights, we still have to sync with men, because when I was doing the sexual and gender-based series, somebody told me, why are we not having men coming to speak on the show? And I remember I approached a guy to come and speak about something, and he was quite reluctant, and I was asking, like, why would you not want to appear to the show? And he was like, because it's a women's show. And it left me confused, but at the same time gave me a challenge that this is not the end of me. I am going to strive hard, because I have this platform, and it comes from the deepest part of my heart that I am going to reach whichever corner in this county. I am going to seek people out. and I'm meaning women. I'm going to seek women out that are doing commendable things in this community, and I'm going to bring them to this platform so that they shout from this seat whatever they're doing to the community. There's a lot that is being done. There are so many people that are handling so many things in this community, and their efforts and energies are not celebrated enough. So this is why we came up with this show. Human interest stories, community engagement, community participation. What are these people doing out there in the community? As recent as yesterday, I was speaking to a woman, Miss Susan Mutenyo, and she was telling me about what she's doing to the community, and I've never heard about it. And these are things that you would not even hear or see in the mainstream media, because the radio stations that we have here, let me say, they are not that vocal, not that engaging uko mashinani. So that is why we came up with this show. Tunataka kufika mashinani, tutafute watu, mama mboga, boda riders, be it like boda riders who are women. We want them to come to this show so that they speak from themselves, what they are doing, why they are doing this, what pushed them to do this, and what inspires them. That is the reason for this whole platform. So I would really reiterate that people that I do bookings with, please don't take a joke out of this platform. Do not take a joke out of this platform, because growing up, I said it before, I am a firstborn, I'm a student of law, and I have 2 sisters, 4. And when I say sisters, I still want to count even my cousins, that number even up to 10. And I'm always a role model to my cousins, because they see me and I'm doing things, I give them energy, I mentor them. They see me and they draw strength from me. They don't ever want to, like, let me down. So I say the same energies that I have for my sisters, that I have for my cousins, that I have for my friends. Why can I not have this for Busia County? That is why I came up with this show. So as I reach out to any woman that I will reach out to, know that as you come to this show, somebody will listen to you, somebody will be inspired by you. That is why we have this show. So I don't know if there are comments there. My producer, if there are comments on the comment section, please, if you can just put them so that I address them as I go. And this is a monologue. It is very hard to do a monologue. I'm obviously not going to go for an hour, and I also don't want to be very short. I have the county coordinator for people living with disabilities booked. No comments yet. No comments yet. I have a person living with disability, the county coordinator, booked for this show. So we shall have her next Wednesday. She's going to still talk about that. Why I have booked her to come in, there was a case that was forwarded to me. There is this 10-year-old physically challenged boy called Trevor. Trevor lives in Limara, has never been admitted to any school. So my friend, CEO of Fight Stress and Depression, Madam Rose Wandaki, she appeared on the show. And why also I insist on the networking is because had I not brought her to this show, then I would not have maintained a networking kind of relationship with her. So she reached out to me over Trevor, and it was so heart-wrenching to me that Trevor comes from a single-parent family, and single parent by way of death. He lost the dad in 2013. So this is a single-parent family. The mom is just a humble worker. She doesn't have much, but she strives. So because she is a single woman and she's striving for her family, she leaves Trevor at home. unattended to. There is a 3-year-old who attends to, so I assume that is not somebody that can be a good enough caretaker for Trevor, because Trevor is 10 and the caretaker is 3. And this boy sometimes wanders off to play, and for a minute or 2 or even 30 forgets about the brother that he has left behind that needs care. So Rosalind reached out to me through my inbox. So we take up this case about Trevor. So we are trying to establish why Trevor had not yet been admitted to the hospital. And that's when I now saw the essence of why I should even improve on this program, this show, because most people don't even know the protocols for such basic cases. I would call it basic because when you know you have a physically challenged child, any person with a disability, you know there is a place where this person can go and get help, but most people don't have this information. So you can imagine living with a person with a disability for 10 years. You know, this boy kept on being diminished when, if he had been put in an institution early enough, then they would have built his capacity. So why I'm having Madam Metrin come to the show next Wednesday, it's for her to give us the protocols, because as we were now addressing Trevor's case, somebody gave me a number to the chairman of persons living with disability, and this chairman wanted to bring media to the whole thing. So I asked Trevor's mom if there is anybody that has ever come up to her or reached out to her about Trevor's case. Guess what she told me? She tells me that people have gone to their home, they have taken pictures of Trevor, they have taken pictures of Trevor, others have come, they have promised heaven and delivered nothing. So over a long period of time, she has just lost hope, and that's why she remained redundant even in taking care of Trevor. So when the chairman tells me that we were going to bring media, I'm like, no, this is not the protocol. So my friend Gala of the county government gave me MP Sankok's number, who is the chairman for the national chairman for people living with disabilities. Then he's the one who gave me the protocol. And thanks still to Susan, she's the one who gave me the number to the county coordinator. So I go and visit Madam Metrin, and she tells me that this and this is what we need to do. So long story short, we go to a PDK, we do an assessment, and then we call another assessor who comes to do the assessment, and he writes us a letter, and that letter gets Trevor an admission to school. So this is information that I did not know. So I sat and thought, me who went to school, me who can access social media, me who can access information, I was not even aware of the protocols that are supposed to be followed for a person living with disability. That's when I now got more energy and more zeal to pursue whatever thing I'm pursuing on this platform. Thank you, Eriko Sonas. Thank you, Angela Conlins. You're tuned in. Monica Wagura, thank you so much. That's my OG from Kumba University. And Andre Blackimani, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to keep on sharing the page. We have more lined up for this platform. And if you know of any female, any woman doing wondrous things in Busia County, please feel free to DM us her number. We shall reach out. I still repeat, my number is 0728 219 259. If you have a human interest story, if you have somebody that is perfect for this show, please recommend them and I will reach out to them. So back to the people living with disability thing that I was speaking about. So I'm thinking, I am learned, but I don't know the protocols to this. So what am I supposed to do? I know people, I wouldn't say idle or waste a lot of time on social media, but Always people want to have something that is interesting to look at, and we are more of an edutainment kind of a platform. So as we entertain our viewers, we seek to also educate them, because out of the sexual and gender-based violence series, I have had 17 people reach out to me, and also they reached out to me and we forwarded them to the clinic, and their cases are being followed up as we speak, because they did not have an idea on what to do. And when I talk about 17 people, I'm not talking about children cases as we had already talked about with Miss Mary Makoha of RIP when you were doing her show on tracing and rescuing. We are talking about females that had toxic bosses, that had bosses abused them sexually and harassed them, and others did not have the protocol. Others did not have evidence, but through the show we were able to keep track and also collaborate with the people that appeared on the show. We are grateful. I know I've given out my number and somebody's already calling me. I'm live on the show. Please don't call me. You can call me after this show is over. Remember, this is a Facebook live show, so I speak in real time. So as you call me right now, you're calling my phone, and I'm using my phone to actually get the concepts and also the notes that I had prepared as I speak to you. I am grateful that I have a chance to appear here and, address key things, key aspects, key challenges that we have in our community. 2 days ago, I was talking to somebody about what is the most important thing what is the most important thing for somebody before their death. And people were like, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's like what do people really like? What is their need in life? And most people are like money, a good house, be able to go on a vacation. But after all this, the second most need for each and every human being is a legacy. Whether somebody is rich, whether they are poor, whether they are old, whether they are young, they do not want to go out without some form of legacy. Like, as they are burying this person, what is that thing they are leaving behind? What are they known? What will they be remembered for? What are they known for? If they are still alive and kicking, what do people know me for? So when you come to this show, we also want to illuminate your legacy. I don't want to go out of this world as somebody that just was born, studied, lived, got married, and then you went away like that. Unataka mtu akukumbuke kwa jambo gani lenye uliwacha nyuma. I met somebody and they're asking me Onana, and they've had Onana in Funyula. So there is this Onana rice scheme in Funyula, and that was my grandmother. My grandmother comes from Funyula, from Namboboto, such a small village. She was married in Uganda, but that is the legacy she left. And even in Uganda, she died as the wisest woman. She died as the wisest woman in our village. Hello. Thank you for calling me, but I'm live on Facebook. If you can call me later on. Thank you for calling. I was just addressing somebody calling me on the phone. They do not actually believe that this is a Facebook live. So back to legacy. Each and every one of us wants to leave a legacy. So what do you want people to remember you by? So if legacy is what drives you, passion is what drives you in this society, you're doing great things to the community, not specifically to women. You can be doing it to men, you can be doing it to children, you can be doing it to widows, you can be doing it to widowers. you can be a great farmer. You're empowering farmers in your area. Please, we want to hear your story. We want to see what you're doing, because as you sit on this seat and speak to people, you are empowering somebody. Also, why we do this is because a lot of youths are reeling, because they are reeling in resentment towards the government because they are unemployed. And most people speak about self-employment. And I was thinking, me and my colleagues, we were thinking, not everybody has the capacity to self-employ, because to self-employ you need capital, you need entrepreneurship skills, you need somebody to help you in bookkeeping, you need basic accounting to actually manage a business. So here you're speaking to a Form 4 leaver who has otherwise not gone to college because they come from a humble background. The parents are not able to give them like college education, but now you finished with Form 4, and then the menial jobs you can get is either be a cleaner or do promotion works for sales and marketing works, like for ladies, even gents. But you don't want to be doing this for the rest of your life. So others will have the capacity to start the sales and marketing, save money, and actually maybe do a course in sales and marketing, a business course in procurement or logistics, whichever business course they decide. But not everyone are built with that mind to be outgoing, to be extraordinary, to be proactive, to be self-seeking, to be self-sufficient. Not each and everyone is about that kind of dynamic empowerment. But we are here also for the youths that need the push. We are here for youths that are about community work and community engagements. And I'm sure we have so many people that have CBOs, that are working in NGOs, that are working in that have self-help groups that can actually reach out to youths and empower them. And why I'm keen on youths is because most youths also waste a lot of their time on social media, scavenging through TikTok and Snapchat and Facebook, just wasting their day away laughing because of memes, sharing memes. And while they're doing that, ours is to pop up in their timeline and be educative and being entertaining enough to them, be catchy to them, to trap them in whatever thing we are speaking about, so that we may be able to shift their mindset from just being a resentment kind of a generation to a generation that will actually be proactive. Because if I'm not able to push a youth, why am I even, okay, like I'm an elder, the thing I can do, the least I can do is to see a young person and be able to push this person into greatness. So if we are able to pop into somebody's Facebook timeline and speak to them and be catchy enough to them and then trap them into being proactive, well, we would call that a legacy. So this one will be a legacy as a whole, as the whole Sugapepper enterprise, but it will also be a legacy on myself, because I don't want to go out as somebody that just existed. I want to go out as somebody that left a legacy, as somebody that actually caught somebody's attention, as somebody that touched people's life positively, was an impact to somebody's life. I'm being sent your comments. Thank you so much, Candy Junel. She's watching from Mombasa, and she gives me her remarks as continue inspiring us, big sister. That is my sister. I was talking about my cousins, and we always call each other sisters, because cousins to us is not so much of a great term, because we grew up together. We grew up from our grandmother's homestead, so we are a close-knit family, and we always want the best for each and every one of us. So we will always refer to ourselves as sisters, but our cousins. Thank you so much, Candy Junel. Continue doing whatever thing you're doing in Mombasa. Big up, take care of yourself, be very safe, and prosper, thrive. because I know that is our goal and we are here to change the world. So as I wind up this show, I would like to bring attention to our YouTube page. We are on YouTube as Sugapepper 254. So whichever interview that you had never seen, you can download them from YouTube and watch them in your own free time, or you can still access all our interviews on Sugapepper Show. Remember also, if you did not watch us here, you can still watch us on Sugapepper. And then there are people that don't have Facebook accounts. Please just share our YouTube pages to our YouTube page to their timelines. By timeline I mean WhatsApp, not Facebook. So if they're not on Facebook, then you cannot share them on Facebook. So if you see there is any good interview that would be impactful to anyone, you can get them from YouTube, Sugapepper 254. Our Instagram page is just for videography and photography. And also, if you have a youth that is interested in learning any digital program, please feel free to reach out. We are here. We are taking interns. We are taking attaches. Come and let us teach them. There is a lot of idle time. I know they are KCP candidates that are going to finish their exams and they are going to lavish for 3 months. So if you have any program prepared for them, call us and we shall come and engage with them. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening in. I'm your host, Onana Afolo, and I still insist, if you have an human interest story, feel free to reach out. This platform is for women, by women. We are keen on illuminating things that women are doing in the society. Continue social distancing, continue sanitizing, maintain a good relation with people, be very respectful of people, have the right kind of attitude in life. Do not be negligent, because corona is well in, the third wave is well in. People are disregarding the third wave, and most people, I've noticed, the ones that are disregarding are actually working from home. So they are not out there, they're not throwing caution to the wind while in their homes, and they're speaking that this whole thing is a controversy, but people are dying and the numbers are turning into people that we know. I can count 5 people that died from COVID-19, people that I know, people that are tangible. So this thing is not a joke. Sanitize, wash your hands, put on your mask, ensure that as you touch somebody, remember to wash your hands, remember to sanitize, maintain social distance. Do not be reckless, do not be negligent. Thank you so much, and tune in next Wednesday. We shall have Madam Metrin Wamalwa, the county coordinator for National Council of People Living with Disabilities, and I'm hoping to have a great show. We are going to learn so much more. Thank you and have a good evening. Bye.